Hey guys, it's Candy. I am super excited about today's video because guess what? This is my very first hairstyle for 2025. Yeah, so the hair is from Ywigs. So let's see what's in the package. We have some tools. We have 3 packages of their knotless pre-separated human hair, and it's the multi-textured kinky curly hair. It is 16 inches long, and this is in the natural color. You can see how nice and beautiful and soft that hair is. Yes, super soft. So we have 3 packs, as I mentioned before, and each pack actually has 2 bundles. So in all, we are starting with 6 bundles. All right, so this is how it looks up close and personal. It does have that connecting cord, very sturdy, very strong, and it makes for a way more secure install. Look how cute that curl is. Yes. So definitely let's get into the video without any delay. I am doing a basic braid pattern. Nothing over the top, just one straight line all the way back, and then I curve it going across the back of the head. So I'm using a piece of braiding here, as I usually do, just to make sure that the foundation of my braids is a little bit more secure and make sure that the hair, does not cause any undue pressure on my natural hair. All right, so what we're doing is we're braiding all the way back, and as I said before, I kind of curved that part all the way over to the opposite side of the head, which is the way that I love to do my braid pattern when I'm doing this basic braid pattern. So we're just taking that braid all the way across, and of course we're gonna just continue to make sure that we braid the hair all the way to the end. And I'm going to continue making my braids going all the way back. There's one thing that I wanted to highlight in terms of the braid pattern, and I will, show you guys that you want to make sure that your braids are all connected. Yes, one into the other, so that when you're done, you're only left with one tail, and that tail you will be able to easily tuck that away. All right, so I did a side part option, so now I'm going to be showing you the middle part option. So for braiding the section that you're going to be designating as your part, you want to make sure that you separate the hair into 2 sections. So I'm doing the first section. Yes, this is the first braid that will form one side of the part, and I just started off typically how you would any one of the rows that you're braiding, but for this one I am curving my braid, and I'm not going straight back with the braid. I swoop it or curve it over to the other row, and then I continue. Yes, same technique. Want to make sure that you merge one braid into the other and continue braiding. Why, you might ask, do I need to curve the braid into another row? So we're trying to create a crisscross effect or create an anchor, and what this does is that it enables for when you are actually installing the hair that you don't see one continuous part or opening going from the front to the back. So that anchor or that crisscross or that overlapping braid will break up that installation right there and cause you to have the coverage necessary. And this will actually give you the illusion as if you parted your own hair and styled it with that either middle or side part. You'll see what I mean. Let's get finishing, and we're all done with the braids. So we're going to move on to the most important part, which is the installation. So of course, I'm using my crochet tool. Good thing about this hair, one knot does the trick. With this cord that's in the middle of the hair, it makes it so easy for the hair to be secured. Human hair is usually so difficult for you to install because of the texture of the hair. Usually it is impossible to knot it without it slipping, or you have to make a lot of knots. But this technology makes it so easy for the hair to remain in place with just one knot, and so that saves a lot of time with your installation. Usually we have to be doing 2, 3, 4 knots, but with this, one knot, baby. Okay, so we're just installing, making sure that I do them closely enough so I get that nice, very voluminous, dense hairstyle with this Afro Kinky look. And of the 2 bundles in the first pack, I only used 1 bundle. So guys, we still have 2 unopened pack and 1 bundle from the first pack. Yes, you see how much volume you get from just 1 bundle. So we're just continuing, guys, showing you from another angle, up close and personal, how easy it is to install the hair. You insert your crochet tool, attach the corded section, pull the hair through that loop you created, and just slide it to tighten or to create the knot. As easy as breeze, guys. It couldn't get any easier. This hair is perfect for beginners. And guys, I am actually almost done. I just continued installing all the way. Yes, and I just have that parted section that is remaining. And I'm just being careful to make sure that I stack this section of hair very closely together, because you want the hair to look as natural as possible. I am not doing the knotless method or the invisible method with this particular hair, but just follow the technique and you guys will achieve the most natural looking look ever. So once you pull the hair through the loop, you're going to just lean it over to the middle part of the middle section of the part, yes, and then you flip it over, and that will help to give you some height, and by creating that height, it will give it that very natural look and you will not see any knots at all. Okay, so this is like a shortcut way of getting that knotless or that invisible method with this hair. Insert, attach, pull through, then you just feed the hair through the loop, pull it over to the section of the part, or lean it over to the section of the part, slide to tighten, and then you flip it. And that is all, guys. I'm gonna just continue to do the other side for you guys. And yeah, yes, look how natural that looks. It looks absolutely natural, all natural. So all right, so let's insert the last piece and show you guys the finished look. I am so in love with this hair already. I am a sucker for a kinky curly look. I love a good natural texture kinky curl crochet look, and especially if it's my natural hair length, it is even more believable for me. But guys, do not be alarmed. I know you guys are freaking out as to how big the hair is, but just wait, trust the process. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead with our water bottle, yes, and I'm going to just spray down the hair, and you guys are going to see the difference. By just adding water to the hair, it transforms the texture, and immediately the hair that had absolutely no movement is now very soft, very movable, very pliable, very natural looking. And all I'm doing is just squishing the water into the hair to make sure that I do not disrupt the curl pattern too much. And so that scrunching method is the trick. I absolutely am in love even more after watering it down. Yes, after spraying it down with my plain water. And a little mousse will also help to set the hair and give it a beautiful shine. So I'm just using that same scrunching technique, again, not to disturb the curl pattern too much. Yeah. And guys, I'm really, really, really loving this hair, and the fact that the natural color really mimics my own hair color. It is just giving me all natural vibes. Yes. So of course I'm going to go over, and you can see the difference in texture between the side that is sprayed and the side that isn't. So let's go ahead and just do the same thing over the other side so we could get the whole thing looking and feeling absolutely gorgeous. Yes. Isn't that lovely? Yes, the 16-inch is the perfect length, like I said before, because that's pretty much like where my hair would normally fall. So this is how the hair is looking as it is drying down a little bit. It is gaining a little bit more volume, but it is not losing that softness and movability that we were able to achieve after we sprayed it down with our water bottle. And this is a very low maintenance hairstyle. So if you're looking for something that doesn't require a lot of styling, this is definitely the one. As for the texture, they were spot on in describing it as multi-textured because it does actually, just as how our natural hair has multiple textures, it does have multiple textures also. The end is more tightly curled than the root section of the hair. And of course, I'm here playing around with a little bit of styling just to take the hair off of my face a little bit, as I usually like to do. So yeah, no major styling necessary with this hair, I promise you that. And in total, I did use 2 whole packs and 1 bundle from the 3rd pack. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Ywigs. I do appreciate you, and I'll talk to you guys on my next one. Love you guys. Bye.